What up, everybody? It's your boy Black Caesar, aka Caesar Alamo, aka Slickback Jones, the Don.
And it's your boy Crazy P, aka CP, fried milk, fried water, fried beans. We back.
Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of Ignorant Banter. You know, your favorite podcast for random shit. Last week we were talking about meth and maple syrup, and now today we back with another ignorant topic. But sometimes we talk about intellectual shit too. You never know what you're gonna get with us.
True that, true that. Yeah, today is very, different, I guess. Oh, same shit, different day. How you been, bro?
I've been good, man. I've been good. I'm actually taking tomorrow off of work. I just realized, yeah,
Word?
man. I just realized I don't take a lot of vacations, so um, yeah, I have all this PTO sitting there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a staycation. Just take a day off, just chill, catch up on some shows and shit like that. You know, like mental health is really big, man. And sometimes at work, I feel like they're getting the best of me. Actually, I went to work today. And you know, black people always tell the truth. Like regardless of if it hurts your feelings or not, black people always gonna tell you the truth. So I ran into this group of black ladies and you know, we always joke around and they're like, nah, you can tell you're not eating. You can tell this job is getting to you. They're like, damn, you look stressed. I'm like, God damn, like I've been looking. I was like, how many white people did not tell me I look like shit today? But yeah, you can tell like I've just been putting in extra hours and shit, so it's catching up to me. So I'm just making sure I take care of myself, and it's all about self care, man. So that's where I'm at right now.
That's true. That's true. Wait, so does your PTO like roll over every year, or is there a cap?
Yeah, I
Does it
have a
have?
240 hour cap. So if it accumulates to more than 240, then I start losing it. If not, it rolls over.
Rolls over. Yeah, okay. I'm the same shit. Yeah, man. I think I'm missing both. I think I need to take some days off too, or at least like every so often, like I take a day off. So, cause yeah, you just working nonstop, and they getting the best out of you, and you're not getting paid, for it. I mean, you are getting paid, but you're not getting what you want to get paid. At least I'm not.
Right.
So, so it's not a win-win situation. So I definitely feel you on
I
that.
met this lady. You know, I work in healthcare. I met this lady. A lot of people I meet, they say that they say that the reason why they started getting sick is just working too much. So that just always a cautionary tale for me. Like this guy was telling me how he started making six figures when he was really young, and he was just making a lot of money traveling to different places. And I was telling him how cool that sounds, and he's like, "Yeah, man, it's not worth it because at the end of the day, he never really ate right, and then it caught up to him, and he ended up having diabetes and hypertension." Which ended up leading all the stress and stuff like that ended up leading to him having like different issues with his kidney, with his heart. So sometimes, man, like more money isn't always equal to more happiness. So that's my advice to anyone listening to the show today.
Yeah, no, it's true. I think to go off from that, it's you're right. Like more money, it doesn't equate to more happiness. It's about having a balance with work and and home life. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people are chasing the dough, the cash, the bag, and I don't blame you, Nick. I'm doing the same thing, but every so often, like you have to put in time for yourself. You know what I mean, and your family. So I definitely agree.
Yeah, and it's a
Um,
double-edged sword too because I read this thing on Tumblr. I read it. It was like a passage from a book. I don't remember who wrote it, but on the other hand, if you don't have enough money, then it's like basically the quote was saying that it's expensive to be poor. So you like when you're poor, you're paying all these extra taxes. You're buying cheaper quality stuff that if you let's say if you buy a really good jacket, it can last you 10 years. Instead of buying a really cheap jacket and every year you get a new jacket. You see what I'm saying? So in the long run,
yeah.
somebody who has money actually saves more money. And then when you look at time, like people that drive to work every day, that's only an hour of their time. But if you're poor and you got to take the bus, that's actually 2 hours of your time that you're spending. So it's like even in small little ways, being having money makes a difference. So it's like it's really a tricky game. So if you're working too hard, you can't enjoy the money. If you're not working, then you broke and you paying more. So it's you just got to find like the balance, like you said, and find out what works best for you.
Well, someone once told me that like once you start making around 75K, then anything more that you make, it doesn't equate to more happiness. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's what I heard. Like once you start making a certain amount, anything over there that you make, it doesn't make you more happy. You know what I mean? So, I say that to say like once you start getting comfortable, in life, as far as as far as money wise, and you have enough money to pay your bills, to go out, to do all this shit, and you're not like struggling every 2 weeks, then is it worth it to work that overtime or put in more hours? It's it's probably not. Or if you do it, at least find a balance. Because right now I get every other Friday off, right?
Right.
And I know guys who go on their off Friday, bro, and work. And I've done it. I've gone in a couple of times. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, you know what? Like, why am I doing that? Like, why can't I just? It's my off Friday. Like, why not? I just stay home, watch some shows, and just relax. You know what I mean? Like, is it worth that extra like $350 on my paycheck? You know what I mean? Probably not.
Yeah,
And
probably
so,
not. I would say to those people, get a life. I mean, unless you're trying to like pay some bills or whatever. I know this guy at work who he's always working overtime, and I was like, damn, this nigga needs to get a life. Like, bro, why are you here? But anyways, come to find out, he has to pay child support, so he's just kind of stuck, and he's got to work
oh shit.
overtime. But yeah, so
Yeah.
those cases are different. But if you're just working just for the sake of working and stuff like that, I mean, I would just challenge you to find out why are you doing it. Like, is it a fear of being broke? Is it like because you don't have a life, so you're putting everything into work? Or everybody has a reason for stuff they do. So I'll just challenge anyone listening to this think about why they're doing what they do.
Find your why.
Find
You know
your
what I mean? I
why.
think find your why. But I just want to add one more point is I know people who just have that ambition, who just love to climb the corporate ladder, and that's their thing. Like it makes them happy to be able to go from, level 2 to a 4 to a 6 to a manager to a director. And so, it's still affecting your health, but if that makes you happy to one be a CEO or director, then I get it. But I'm looking to have the balance to where I'm moving up in the world, but I'm also having time to be able to like enjoy, like my life and shit. So
Yeah. Yeah, it should be a balance of both. It should be a balance of both. I did, when I was fresh out of college, I wanted to climb the corporate ladder. And I gotta say, I climbed it up a little bit, and now I'm like, bro, I'm not going any further up this damn ladder because this shit is stressful, bro.
damn.
Like,
So you already hit so you already hit like where you want to be as far as in the corporate
I hit my
world.
peak within my
Um,
company. If there's something else like in another company, then I'll be willing to explore it. But within my company, the level of stress I see people dealing with, the way that like when you're in a meeting and you just gotta be like on top of it, there's somebody else vying for your job. Like I don't need that kind of stress in my life. You feel me? Like right now, I'm kind of okay. Like I can, if I have a really stressful day, I can kind of put in for PTO. I have a boss who understands, and I'm able to manage the stress. But when you're like at these director levels and shit, and there's people coming for your job, and if you do something wrong, you're under investigation, and it's like I don't need that kind of stress at all. Like I can keep it. I'm good.
Nigga, I'm still climbing, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to the director level. And so if I do something wrong at that level, nigga, I'm going to Haiti, bro. Fuck that. I'm taking all my money. I'm moving to Haiti, bro. Send my W-2 to, what I'm saying, Haiti. I'm good. But nah, I feel you. I mean, the older I get, the more I'm like, damn, like I'm very ambitious. And so I'm trying to get to, a certain level. But then I'm like, damn, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always like, damn, like, do I really, like when I get there, will I be
Yeah.
happy? I know I'd be happy money wise, but I mean, as far as life, and it's a good question, man. And I think I have to like ask myself that question like every day, just to make sure that I'm putting time for myself, for my family, and not just putting in those 9 hours, 10-hour days, and going the extra mile to get that raise, get the promotion, and then what? Because like once you get it, you're gonna want more. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get a promotion. Guess what? You're gonna be like, all right, in a
I need
couple of
another
years,
one.
I want
Yeah.
another one. Yeah, it's kind of like it never like when
It's
does it
like a
stop?
tattoo,
You
bro.
know what I mean? It never stops, bro. It's like, damn, because like at my company right now, like we have one black director in the whole company, just one,
hmm
right? And he's like, only 1% of people become directors. You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, like the shit you gotta do to be that 1%, to be that 1%, bro. It's like that's a
it
lot.
is a lot.
And it's like, damn, is it worth it, bro? I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but anyways, it's a good question right there.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. What's your hot shit this week?
Hot shit this week. Do I have any hot shit this week? As far as TV shows, I'm still watching the same stuff. I don't think I have anything new. As far as music, okay. So, have you listened to the new Wayne album or no? Like in its entirety, a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, I skipped through it. I mean, some songs I'm like, I really can't do this, so I skipped to the next one. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. Most of them were just blah. They were just alright.
Yeah. So initially I had three that I was like, you know what? Out of all these songs, three, this is the only three that I like. Come to find out, I picked up two more that I've been playing, bro. And actually, overall, I have um three, four, five. Yeah, I have five songs that I'm like I heavily like fuck with. So I'm just like I'm surprised, and you know it took a while to get like those two more songs. So I think from a hot shit, bro, is just being able to play five Lil Wayne songs back to back and enjoy it is something in 2018. You know what I mean? And so I definitely appreciate that. So I think for my hot shit is gonna be those five songs of the album I've been playing on a regular basis. That's all I have for hot shit.
Cool. For
What's up?
mine, it's her. I have two people. One of them, her name's Aluna George. She's from England, and the other one, his name's S.G. Lewis. He's also from England, and Aluna George is just this electronic R&B pop artist, and she's been blowing up over there. Like you might not realize it, but if I send you a couple of her songs, you'll probably recognize her voice. And S.G. Lewis, he's also an electronic UK artist, and he sounds kind of like Sam Smith a little bit. So yeah, he's like a white soul R&B electronic artist, but his songs are really really good. So check out S.G. Lewis Warm, and then Hurt No More or Hurtin' by S.G. Lewis and Aluna George. So these are my hot shit.
So I used to listen to her in college,
Aluna
bro.
George, really?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I mean, I had a friend, and he was like, "Oh my god, yeah, you have to listen to this girl. She's just amazing." Da, da, da. So I played it, and it was pretty dope. But then I haven't heard anything new from her, so I felt like she fell off. And so I don't know if she made new music or what happened, but I knew she was pretty blowing up, or at least was like in the talks back in 2012, 2013. So
Yeah, I think
um,
she is still putting out stuff. So, yeah, you know what I realized? I'm listening to a lot of UK artists. I don't know what it is about their stuff over there, but I like the fact that it sounds really different. I gotta say that I feel like sometimes R&B here in the States can be kind of trash. So I like to see UK's version of R&B and pop and stuff like that. So, for example, if Trey Songz is R&B, I can't listen to a full Trey Songz album. Like I feel like the instruments aren't sophisticated enough. It's just like the same shit all over again. So it's very interesting to see how UK does R&B and stuff like that.
yo, what happened to Trey Songz, bro? On that note,
You know, I really don't know. I don't know. I guess he realized the same thing we're talking about. He's like, bro, like my shit don't bang. I don't gotta be here no more.
because if you would have told me, back when he was hot, that he would be gone this quick, I would have been like, "There's no way." Like, I feel like he'll still be around right now on the charts. But this nigga's been gone for a while, and I'm actually surprised. I didn't see that coming.
There's just no
So
substance to Trey Songz. Like once you hear one Trey Songz song, you've heard all of them. And once you've seen him do that ugly cry he be doing,
yeah,
and that's it. Like there's no more. There's no depth. There's no like story being told. Like it's just that's it. So
yeah.
um, I don't know who the next R&B superstar is gonna be. I know this guy Khalid or whatever his name is blowing up.
I don't really fuck. I don't know, bro. I feel like who I'm voting for to be the new R&B like wave is Daniel Caesar, right? And I feel like that's real R&B. I feel like Khaled is more like it's not pop, but it's a little bit
Commercial.
commercial, and I hate that. I hate the commercial R&B shit. I feel like if it's not like soul going on, some kind of neo soul, like some kind of like vibe to where it doesn't feel commercial. I hate the commercial sound, the commercial patterns, the beats, and he's a great singer, but the production is just too commercial for me. So I don't like that about it.
Yeah, I feel you, and I feel like this guy he has the potential to have been not commercial. You know what I'm saying? So he has such a unique voice, but lately with his songs, I haven't really been fucking with them. Since Location, he hasn't really
Yeah,
dropped
that's the
anything
only
that
one.
caught my
Yeah,
attention. Yeah, his
sure.
voice can be either really good or really bad.
Yeah, and it depends on the beat, like and the production and the sound. If it sounds popish, commercial, then it's gonna do well for the commercial side. But from an R&B perspective, nah, it's not hitting for me. Um, so yeah, I do have another hot shit. It's there's a good documentary by damn, what's this dude who did Braveheart? Uh,
Not sure.
God damn it.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, there's a documentary called the '90s, and it's really good. And there's a lot of shit that happened back then that I didn't fucking know about. And so if you are around our age, and you're from the '90s. It's really good. It's very in depth. It goes through like the TV shows, the music, but in detail. So I really enjoy it. So
What is it called?
all
What
right,
is it?
it's called the '90s.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's by who the fuck is this by? God damn it, I can't have it right now. But anyway, it's really good though. It's really good.
I mean, I gotta say this. I've never attended, in all my years of living, I've never attended a 90s themed party, so that's on my bucket list.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And it just shows you how like when you think of '90s, you think, oh yeah, it wasn't a long time ago. But in reality, it's been a long time since the '90s, bro. You know what I
Damn,
mean?
don't say
And
that. Don't.
it's like damn, like '90, and we're about to hit 2020 soon. It's like it's about to be like ages ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching. I'm like, this was the '90s. Like that was like a fucking long time ago. Like goddamn.
Damn.
So it's really interesting.
The other day I met somebody born in 2001 after 9/11, bro, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm getting really old. Like, that's when I started that just dated me. I just felt really old when he told me he was born after 9/11.
Damn, that's crazy. Okay, it's by Tom Hanks. That's what I was thinking
Tom
of.
Hanks? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really good.
Is it the which night is it like a inclusive video where it's talking about the 90s overall? I mean, I kind of want to see something about the black 90s because I feel like the black 90s were lit. Were like,
So
yeah.
no, I got you. That's a good question because I had the same thought. There's 8 episodes, and one of them talks about black TV shows and UPN. Was it WS? No, what was it called before UPN? I forgot, but it talks about like all the shows and how it came about. You know what I'm saying? So I wish it was more in depth, but it does have a section to it. It talks about the black stuff, if you know what I mean. So yeah. So I'll check it out. It's pretty good. All right, so we are 20 minutes in, and this was supposed to be a short episode. Today we're talking about, well, not Brett Kavanaugh per se, but the question is, when you drank, when is it considered blacking out versus you going to sleep or not? And so it's a very, I want to say thin line, but obviously it's a line between passing out and just going to sleep. You know what I mean? Brett Kavanaugh was on stand recently or whatnot for his accusations of rape, and he was just saying he loves beer, he drinks a lot of beer and all this stuff, but he never blacked out. He just went to sleep. And so,
But wait, let's back up. What's this whole Brett Kavanaugh thing? Because I've been purposely living under a rock. I really don't want to know what's going on with the news because it'd be stressing me out. So what's happening with the whole Brett Kavanaugh thing, and what context did this whole him blacking out thing come about?
Okay, so Brett Kavanaugh was a nominee. Is a nominee that Trump, nominated to be in the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
And then come to find out, well, we don't know how it came out, but then soon after it came out that there was a doctor, Dr. Ford, who came out and said he had groped her in high school at a party. And then so it was a big thing or whatnot, and she came and testified in front of everybody about what happened. And after she testified, he came in and gave his part of the story. And he was just very, aggressive, in denial, just saying that, he loves drinking, but he never passed out, that he was a virgin, he didn't have sex till, till college and all this stuff. And so people are trying to figure out if he should be a judge on the Supreme Court or not, based on, all this stuff that's going on. And they're supposed to make a decision in the next couple of days. And so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Yeah.
But regardless of whether he did it or not, this is a display of his character. And from the little clips that I'll be seeing from when I'm trying to avoid the news, he looks like he was extremely aggressive. And I'm like, is this somebody we want as a Supreme Court judge person? Like, that doesn't seem like a kind of person that will be impartial, bring justice, and do everything they're supposed to do. That's my opinion from the little things that I've seen. Is that on point?
That is on point. Actually, a few people in the Senate have said that. Actually, prior judges came out and said that, like, he was very aggressive. He was very like, this is an attack on him because of Trump. In his politics. So it was not somebody who wasn't impartial. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so on that front, I definitely agree that how can he be a Supreme Court judge is supposed to like have no sway? You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be neutral. And how can this guy be neutral when he's like so aggressive towards this. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree on that front. The question now is, should this, because he had a clean career, so like, should this be something that holds him back from being a judge?
Absolutely. I think if there's a case where if there's a rape case and something similar happens, he's gonna side with the person who raped the other person. So I don't trust his judgment. The fact that he has that background means that next time something happens like that where there was alcohol involved and somebody got groped, he's gonna go for the person that did the groping because he's like, well, that happened to me and I'm gonna side with that person. So that takes away his credibility, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess the thing that doesn't make sense, or I'm trying to figure out, is why did it come out now? So it's been speculated that the Democrats are the ones who kind of like found this information, and it came out, exactly when he was nominated. So it's kind of like they're trying to say for him to not get the seat, so then they have the seat. You know what I mean? And so is that fair? I
All
mean,
is fair in politics, honestly. All is fair, bro. All is fair.
yeah, that's true. It is politics. You gotta do what you gotta do, and so if you had dirt on them, it's gonna come out eventually, and now's the right time for it to come out.
Yeah.
So,
No, I
all
agree.
right,
So what was the question you're asking
so
about
I guess the
alcohol?
question is, yeah, for I don't really care about Brett Kavanaugh if he gets in or not. It doesn't really bother me one way or another. The question is, you know, I watched the whole thing because it was mad funny, because I feel like I rather watch this than House of Cards. You know what I mean? Because it's real shit, and it's funny. But the question is, like in his testimony, he had a calendar, and the calendar he had all his all his things, the things that he did in high school, like college, not college, high school games, studying, like weightlifting. All his fucking day was planned out, and it was in the calendar, and it's like, that's freaking weird anyway. But it's like, when is it that you black out versus going to sleep? Because we all drank in college, and I did in high school. Shit, you know what I mean? So, at which point is it considered like blacking out versus, oh, you know what, I had too much, and so I just laid down and fell asleep or whatnot?
I think you can still be functioning and black out. That's no real shit. I think you can still be functioning and black out. To me, blacking out is when you don't remember what happened. Like blacking out is when you have no recollection. Like when you waking up the next day and you see people and people are like, "Oh, you did this, you did that," and you don't remember it. To me, that's blacking out. Going to sleep drunk is when you're like, "All right, guys, good night," and you're like laying down or whatever. But blacking out is when you just like when somebody finds you in a bush outside the party. To me, that's blacking out. Or
But if you black out and you remember it though, is it then still blacking
no,
out?
it's
Like
not.
if it comes back to you.
What do you mean? Like if you remember what happened? No, that's not blacking out because you have a recollection of what happened. If you don't remember,
No, but
yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying though, if you let's say you got you get shit face and you fucking black out. Next day you wake up, my God, like you hear all the stories that you don't remember. But then in like a week or in a couple of days, it comes back to you like, oh shit, now I'm starting to remember this shit now. Is it still at that point? Is it still blacking out because you eventually like remembered it a couple of days after, or is it not blacking out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think it's blacking out. To me, blacking out is it's gone. Like you have, yeah, there's
It
no
doesn't come
way
back
you're
at
gonna
all.
remember that. It wasn't even you that did it. It's your alter ego. Yeah, that's what I think blacking out is.
So in that case, so by definition, if he groped Dr. Ford, and or obviously saying it didn't happen, right?
Mhm.
Or he doesn't remember, or it wasn't him, it could have been somebody else. So that means he blacked out, right? Does not mean like he blacked out. Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, does not make any sense. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. So is he saying he didn't black out, or he's saying he blacked out?
no, he's saying that he did not do it. Like, he was for certain, for sure, that it was not him that did this. He said that, she's not lying. It could have been somebody else, that groped her or whatnot. But he was certain, 100% sure that it was not him that did this. He did not, it was not his character, and he did not do that. So that's his stance. You know what I mean? Which to me, I don't know. Like, her lying gains her what? She's already a doctor. She doesn't gain nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't get why she would lie about this. So
That's true.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he you know,
But where are those
it was
people that
something.
wanted to that were excited for Bill Cosby to go to jail? Like, where are these same people that were excited? Like, y'all should keep that same energy for this guy.
I'm just baffled as, and I'm pretty sure I said this in the last podcast. I'm baffled as why is it only Cosby is in jail? Like, where's Harvey Weinstein? Where's the other white comedian that showed his dick to the girl a couple times and masturbated? Where's, there's a fucking whole list of people,
There is.
and then only Cosby's in jail, bro. That makes me up. That pisses me off. It's like there should be like 5 niggas in jail right now for this shit. But then the dude Louis C.K. just did a fucking show.
He did.
Like,
I
what the
saw that. He's trying to make a comeback.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's eventually gonna come back on TV or some shit. It's like, bro, so you mean tell me he can work, but Cosby can't? I
But to
mean,
be completely double sided though, Bill Cosby put a thing like drugged people. Louis C.K. just showed his dick.
it was the '70s, bro. I mean,
You say
you really
everybody was
think
getting drugged.
everybody? First of all, everybody was doing that shit. I'm pretty sure because it was the '70s. And secondly, I saw a picture of Cosby and like two of the females or whatnot, like back in the '70s, and bro, they looked like they wanted to be there, bro. Like they were like fucking partying, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like they were just like being forced to like party. And from what I heard, the shit that Cosby did was like a normal thing back in those times. I don't know. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying if you're gonna go after him, then go after everybody else from that time.
Yeah, that's true.
But
That's true. I mean, if I was Bill Cosby, bro, as soon as I became successful and I saw this shit kind of coming, I would have just left the U.S. To be honest,
go to Africa, bro. Some shit like that.
some shit like that. But yeah, honestly, I don't agree with being drugged against your consent. Like, if you're gonna give me some shit, let me know what it is. Let me know you're giving it to me. I don't want to have a surprise high. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
even if we were like, even if we know like we usually do things together as far as drugs and shit. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, by the way, you're on LSD. I'll be like, what the fuck?
Stress.
Yeah.
So let me ask you: have you ever before like blacked out and you just don't remember anything from the day before?
From drinking, yeah.
And so, is that a weird feeling to you? Like the next day, you're like, damn, I can't remember like the last 2 hours from last night. Is that a weird feeling to have? Oh, it's just like if you're gonna go out drinking, it's it's whatever, it's normal.
Yeah, it really is a weird feeling each and every time. That's why I don't drink heavy anymore. Cause I like to remember shit. Like, it worries me when I don't remember. And then people are telling you things you did, and you're like, oh wait, I did really? And then things are coming back, in bits and pieces and kind of
Pieces, yeah.
blurry. And you kind of worried that you said the wrong thing and did the wrong thing. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. I don't. That's why I drink one or two beers and that's it. Or if I know I'm about to drink on a mission, like if I know I'm like, all right, I'm going to get fucked up, I already I already know that I already know my limits. Like, I know once my face start getting hot and I kind of stumble a little bit, I'm ready to call the lift and be out, because I don't want
Yeah.
that kind of problem. I mean, when I was younger and discovering my limits, yeah, I had a lot of those moments where I don't remember what happened, and that's not cool. And that's why I got to make sure that you're around people that you know and people that you trust, because if not, that's when shit starts going south, and then you waking up next to somebody you don't remember, and people have videos of you, and that shit's uploaded and to YouTube and all that shit. Like, people just got to be careful nowadays, man, when you go out and drink.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a few of those too, and yeah, it's definitely like, yo, like, because the thing is, like, you want to remember what happened, you try to, and it's just not there, and that's creepy as hell. You know what I mean? So I definitely think it's definitely a weird feeling like the next day or whatnot. So getting fucked up for me, bro, is just like right now. I rather like just enjoy a drink. You know what I mean? Like 2-3 cups of Henny, and just feel like good, like a good ass wave. But like, I'm over like the whole getting fucked up, passing out, trash. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and I hold my liquor, but when people start throwing up, that's when the fun ends for me. I'm like, all right, party's over. This shit was fun, and like this shit, it's past a good acceptable limit. But what I was gonna say though, I don't endorse alcoholism, but the other day I had a whole bottle of wine at my house. I drank it, and I just walked to my bed and I slept real good. And I was like, damn, I don't endorse alcoholism, but I can understand how some people can do this shit.
I mean, a bottle, like a whole bottle of wine.
Yeah, but it wasn't like just in one. It was like throughout the night.
Oh yeah, I mean that's normal. I could do that too. So yeah, bottle of wine is. I think that's acceptable. I mean, if you're at home, right?
Yeah, and I was
Or
like, I don't gotta drive nowhere. I don't gotta worry about getting home. I don't gotta, keep tipping the bartender to get the drink. I'm like, bro, and all I did is walk a couple of steps, and I was in bed, safe, warm, and cozy. I was like, bro, this shit is nothing
just
beats
the
this.
life.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's cool. I think it's when you do like 2 bottles of vodka, like a case of beer, like, and you just like fucking throwing up everywhere and shit like that. At that point, it's a little overkill. You know what I mean? But I guess a bottle of wine to me is normal on a night. So
Yeah. No, wine is like the drink of choice now. Like as
well, are you talking white wine or red wine?
I like all wines to be honest.
But like, what do you prefer though?
I prefer white wine.
It's not really wine. I mean, I don't call that wine.
Wow, slander.
Because I feel like that's like juice. Because it's so sweet. I'd rather like drink like a red wine to where it's not too dry, but it's like it's a little sweet, but it's red, so it's not like I'm drinking like Tampico. You know what I'm saying? But I feel you though.
But there's dry white wine though.
Yeah, and I've never. I mean, it just doesn't taste. It doesn't taste the same as like dry red wine. But I guess I need to try the dry white wine, see how it tastes.
Yo, red wine be having me in my feelings. I don't know about that. It just be having me and all kinds of shit, listening to Drake and shit, looking out the window.
Stress.
But yeah, and where it gets dangerous too with wine is that I realize that if you mix the wine that you have with some juice in the fridge, bam, you got a sangria. So
oh, you wasting the wine, bro?
Sometimes you can mix wine with juice, real shit, and it's a
bad.
sangria. If you got some strawberries and grapes in there, you just throw that shit, boom, sangria.
Stress.
That's it. But yeah,
I feel you on that. I guess to end the whole Bret Kavanaugh thing and drinking, yeah, I mean, if you at a party and someone got groped and he said it was you, but you don't remember, nigga, it was you, and you probably, I don't think he blacked out. I think he just lying about it. But either way, it's still, like, what are the odds it's somebody else with a name like Kavanaugh? It's such a unique name, bro.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
No.
it's not like it was like, oh, it was Mike Smith, nigga. It was Bret Kavanaugh. That's a fucking unique last name. So I don't think you could miss that. And so,
I think it's a whole culture thing. I think it's this whole culture, like the whole jock culture, where like kids in high school feel like, oh, they're jocks, so they can drink and get away with things and grope women and do all that. I think that's what it is. And we just have to. I don't know how we can change that culture. I don't know how early we have to start educating and what part society plays into playing into that, because at some point, there's a power. There's a difference in power. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a jock and if there's a pretty girl, you feel like, oh, you got to be the man and talk to her and like try to grope her to impress your boys. At the end of the day, it's still toxic masculinity. So yeah, and at the end of the day, these are the people that grow up and become Supreme Court appointees or whatever. So that's why we really got to be careful about how we raise our kids and the stereotypes that we give into. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. But the good thing is that sometimes it catches up to people, like in this guy's case, and I hope he doesn't get the Supreme Court nomination.
but do you think? Well, no, he's already nominated. So
Oh, the Supreme Court appointment vote, yeah.
so if he gets it, do you think that's like a big, like a big negative for like the culture, like for
Oh yeah, Trump's already president. I mean, shit. But it's like it's good and bad because I'm like, Trump's already president. Can't go no more downhill from there. But then also it's like now we got a groper
as a Supreme Court justice.
As a Supreme Court justice. So yeah, throw the whole country away, bro. Like this whole country.
Oh my god. That's why if Kanye like runs, bro, I know it's just gonna sound bad, but if he runs, I'm gonna vote. Even if he nukes the whole country the next day, bro, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm voting for that shit. And we can all die the next day. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm
I've had
dead
enough
ass,
of
bro.
Kanye, bro. Kanye's canceled for me. I'm tired of him.
Oh my god.
I'm
You know
tired
what?
of him, bro.
We need to
Like,
have an episode where we break down Kanye's whole stance on things.
Because sometimes no, but the thing is that I kind of started understanding where he was coming from, and then he comes out with more crazy shit, and it's like,
but
bro,
it's the same shit though. He's saying, okay, you know what? I got it. Are you a Democrat?
I'm not nothing.
Bruh.
But if I had to pick something, then Democrat. But I'm not nothing.
Okay, let me ask you. If you had to pick a Democrat, let me ask you, why would you pick that?
Because Republicans are evil. Democrats are evil too. It's just they're not as evil as Republicans. Like, okay, if we had to compare them, it's like Republicans are are like, I don't know. I can't even explain it. I can't even have a thing. But Republicans are just evil. All Republicans are evil or low key racist. I just don't fuck with them. Democrats can be too, but they're a little bit more open minded, just a little bit less evil. That's all I gotta say.
See, I think that's where you're trying to say. It's like, okay, Democrats are also evil and racist. So are Republicans. The difference is, I'm trying to think of a good metaphor or analogy for this. Do you watch Game of Thrones? I don't think you watch Game of Thrones,
I
but
don't know.
the difference is, a Republican is gonna tell you straight to your face. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna know exactly like where he stands on shit. Whereas a Democrat would be like, look, man, I'm gonna give you, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you all this stuff. I'm gonna give you some tax write-offs and all this shit. But he's fucking you in the ass in the background, but you don't fucking know that shit. And by the time he's done with you, it's too late, and you got fucked over. Whereas a Republican, you know, you're getting fucked straight up front. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you still getting fucked either way. It's like one's doing it like up front to your face, and others like, you know, it's kind of like telling you what you want to hear, but in the background, fucking you all over. And
But
I think
either
that's
way,
what he's
it's
trying to
still
say.
evil.
You know what I mean?
Either way, it's still evil. And to know that this man is deporting innocent children and doing this whole immigration thing. Well, the thing is that Kanye doesn't know. Like,
No, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know, and also he has bipolar disorder. So it's like we can't. I'm not supporting nobody crazy. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's his
Like,
power, though, bro. It's a superpower. You know
oh
what I mean?
God.
But no, I mean, because people don't know that Obama also deported mad people. You know what I'm saying? And I think I want to say, I'm not sure, but I want to say he also voted for the fence on the border or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So all the same shit that Trump is doing, Obama did too. It's just that he didn't do it. He did it behind the closed doors, so we didn't know about it.
Then denounce the whole system. Just say everybody's fucking evil. But for you to stand with Trump and wear the MAGA hat, and that people that support Trump are people that mostly are racist and
Yeah,
bigots.
that's true. Yeah,
So
that's
like it's all about symbolism, bro. So if you're gonna go ahead and stand with this person who has racist fans and racist supporters, you like that. That's what that aligns you with. And also, like I said, this is somebody who has bipolar disorder, who should be seeking treatment and therapy and counseling, who still hasn't healed from his mother's death. So there's a lot of stuff to unpack here, and it's unfair that I get bombarded with Kanye news, and I'm like, I didn't ask for this shit. Like, just drop music and go. That's it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And I think, I don't know if you heard, but he said that he changed the energy in the hat when he wears it. And so it's good energy now, which kind of makes no sense. But, you know, I think Kanye is either a genius and we're just all, you know, crazy, like when we can't say it, or he's just crazy. I don't know. But
He's crazy. He's not
it's
a
one or the
genius.
other.
No, I know the answer.
So I think we'll find out in the next, 10, 20 years. But, hey, you know what? It is what it is. All right. Anything else you got? Any quotes? Fuck you mean, bro?
I think my quote is what I got to talk about is Tiffany Haddish. How when she was accepting her, I think it was her Emmy, and somebody asked her something about racism. She's like, I don't have the answer to that. I don't know that shit. And
Oh, that's fucking crazy. That's tight.
yo, so I would tell anybody listening, when somebody tries to put you on the spot for some shit you don't know about, don't kill yourself trying to always be the smartest person in the room. Like, sometimes it's okay to say, I don't got the answer to that. Somebody gonna solve this shit, but it's not me. So that's my inspirational saying for this week.
No, I think that's big. Honestly, on the real, to go off on a little tangent here, I think that's one thing that you don't learn in school is like saying that I don't know the answer, and I can try to find the people that know, but I don't know the answer. I feel like
It's not me.
in the workplace, bro, people be asking me my question. I'm like, look, I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer right now, but let me see who I can ping to see who has it, or let me get back to you because I don't know. But in school, it's like you got everything on the spot, nigga. It's like this shit don't work out in the real world. You know what I mean? So, my quote is, I think I said earlier, is find your why, which I think I stole from you, like your whole spiel. But like finding why you do what you do, why you go on a vacation, why do you buy this car, why did you buy the house, why did you work overtime, like why are you doing like what you're doing, and find its purpose. I think it'll be good to be able to give your life more meaning. So I'm gonna start doing that too, trying to see, instead of just doing things like I've been doing them, like like why am I doing this for real, and I think it's gonna really help. So yeah.
All right, so this has been another episode of Ignorant Banter. This is your boy Black Caesar, aka Caesar Alamo, aka Slickback Jones, the Don.
And it's your boy CP, aka Fried Milk, and we out.